What if I told you that the next 90 days could reshape your destiny? That in just 3 months, you could unlock the doors of wealth, health, and personal power that have remained closed for years? Success does not wait for luck. It responds to discipline, clarity, and a burning desire. Napoleon Hill taught that 90 days of focused action can create habits that last a lifetime. The question is simple. Will you drift or will you design? Stay with me. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I'm ready for 90 days to commit today. Time is the one resource every human being possesses in equal measure. Each day delivers 24 golden hours into your hands. No more, no less. The difference between success and failure lies not in the amount of time, but in how it is used. The truth is 90 days, 3 short months, can redefine the course of your entire life. What you decide to do in that span could either elevate you into the ranks of the extraordinary or keep you trapped in ordinary. Napoleon Hill, the father of modern success philosophy, often reminded his readers that definiteness of purpose is the starting point of all achievement. But definiteness without disciplined action is nothing more than a dream. This is where the 90-day principle comes alive. 90 days is not an eternity, but it is long enough to destroy bad habits, install new disciplines, and reprogram the subconscious mind toward success. It is long enough to build a momentum that few can stop once it begins. Why 90 days? Because science has confirmed what it taught decades ago. Habits require repetition and time to cement themselves into our identities. In 21 days, you can begin a new habit. But in 90 days, you can transform that habit into a way of life. 90 days gives you enough pressure to stay focused without the overwhelm of thinking about an entire year or a distant future. It creates urgency while keeping your goal within reach. Think of it this way. In the next 90 days, the world around you will remain mostly the same. People will go about their routines, complain about their circumstances, and drift without direction. But you can rise. While others scroll through endless distractions, you could be reading, writing, building, training, and planting the seeds of wealth, health, and mastery. At the end of those 90 days, the difference will be undeniable. You will stand taller, speak with confidence, and move with a sense of purpose that only comes from disciplined effort. Hill taught that success comes to those who become success conscious. This means you must train your mind daily to see opportunity, to expect growth, to believe in your own destiny. 90 days of success-conscious thinking will completely rewire your identity. You will no longer ask, "Can I?" You will declare, "I will." That is the power of 90 days, compressed effort, focused intention, and relentless execution. So here is your challenge. What you choose to do for the next 90 days will shape the next 9 years of your life. Every action, every thought, every habit compounds. If you drift, you will reinforce mediocrity. But if you decide, if you commit, if you discipline yourself for 90 days, you will be unrecognizable to yourself and to the world. This journey will not be easy. Discipline never is. But remember this truth. The pain of discipline lasts 90 days. The reward of transformation lasts a lifetime. And before we go deeper into the steps, here's my request. Subscribe to this channel, like this video, and comment, "I'm ready for my 90 days to lock in your commitment." Because success begins the moment you make a decision and declare it. Every great transformation begins not with action, but with vision. Napoleon Hill declared, "Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Yet how many of us drift through life without ever truly deciding what we want? For the next 90 days, your first and most critical step is this. Clarify your definite chief aim. A definite chief aim is not a vague wish. It is not, "I want to be successful," or "I hope things get better." Wishes are clouds. They float in every direction and disappear with the wind. A chief aim is a mountain. It is solid, immovable, and impossible to ignore. When you decide on it, you give your subconscious mind a blueprint to build from. Think of the next 90 days as a sculptor's block of marble. Right now it is unshaped, untouched, raw. But with clarity of purpose, every swing of your chisel removes what does not belong and brings forth the figure within. Without that clarity, You will swing blindly, breaking pieces with no form, wasting time, and producing nothing of value. So, how do you craft a definite chief aim for the next 90 days? First, write it down. Not in your head, not in your imagination. On paper, in ink. Writing gives form to thought. A thought unrecorded is like vapor. A thought written down is a contract. Your subconscious takes it seriously once you put in words. But be specific. If you say, I want to get healthier, your subconscious will not know what to do. Health could mean losing weight, sleeping more, drinking water, or 1,000 other things. Instead say, over the next 90 days, I will lose 15 pounds, strengthen my body to jog 5 miles, and maintain a daily habit of nutritious meals. Do you see the difference? One is a fog. The other is a roadmap. Napoleon Hill himself practiced this principle when he wrote his own definite chief aim statement, a clear, detailed declaration of the wealth, career, and influence he would acquire. He repeated it daily until his subconscious accepted it as fact. The same is required of you. Your chief aim must be precise, measurable, and infused with burning desire. Not, I want money, but in the next 90 days, I will increase my income by $10,000 through consistent, disciplined effort in my business. Second, you must attach emotion to it. Logic inspires no one, least of all your subconscious. If your 90-day goal does not light a fire in your chest, it will not carry you through the inevitable storms. Ask yourself, why does this goal matter? What will it give me? Who will I become if I achieve it? Tie your aim to something greater than yourself. If your goal is fitness, connect it to the joy of playing with your children without exhaustion. If your goal is financial, connect it to the freedom of providing for your family without stress. If your goal is personal mastery, connect it to the respect you will command and the legacy you will leave. Desire without emotion is powerless. Desire fueled by emotion becomes unstoppable. Third, repeat it daily. This is the secret of autosuggestion. He'll emphasize that your subconscious does not respond to one-time declarations. It responds to constant repetition. Every morning, stand before the mirror and declare your 90-day aim with energy. At night, before sleep, read it aloud again. Feel the excitement. See the outcome in your mind's eye, and give thanks as if it has already happened. With each repetition, your subconscious begins to rewire itself. The impossible begins to feel inevitable. Doubt begins to dissolve into certainty. Now, you may think 90 days is not enough. You may say, how can I transform my life in just 3 months? But here's the truth. 90 days is both short enough to stay focused and long enough to see measurable results. It is the sweet spot of transformation. Too short and you won't commit. Too long and you'll lose intensity. 90 days forces urgency without overwhelming you. It pushes you into concentrated effort. But beware the trap of vagueness. Vagueness is the enemy of progress. People often say, I want to be happier. But what does happiness mean? To one person, it may mean freedom from debt. To another, it may mean a healthy body. To another, it may mean a thriving relationship. Without definition, your subconscious cannot direct your steps. Vagueness breeds procrastination. Clarity breeds action. Let me give you a challenge. Take 1 hour today. No phone, no distractions. Sit in silence with pen and paper. Ask yourself, if I could achieve only one major result in the next 90 days, what would it be? Not 5, not 10. 1. Write it out in crystal clear language. Then write why it matters to you. Finally, write down the daily actions you must take to get there. This becomes your 90-day blueprint. And here's the final piece. Share with yourself daily, but not with the world. Napoleon Hill often warned against speaking too soon. Too many share their goals with friends, family, or social media, and the premature praise kills their drive. Protect your aim. Keep it sacred. Let your results announce you. For 90 days, let silence be your strategy and achievement be your voice. This is the first step of your transformation. To clarify, to define, and to declare your chief aim. Without it, the next 90 days will slip by like sand through your fingers. With it, you will walk with precision, power, and purpose. Napoleon Hill warned, "A goal without a plan is only a wish." Many people set goals but fail because they lack a system of daily discipline. The next 90 days will not be about inspiration alone. It will be about structure, consistency, and a routine so strong that success becomes inevitable. If your definite chief aim is a compass, then your discipline system is a vehicle that carries you to the destination. The power of routine. Every great achiever, Carnegie, Edison, Ford, Rockefeller, understood one truth. Success is not built in random moments of inspiration, but in disciplined repetition. Your days must be designed to serve your 90-day aim. You cannot afford to drift, to wake up without a plan, or to let distractions steal your hours. For the next 90 days, you must treat each sunrise as a sacred opportunity, and each sunset as an accountability check. Hill wrote that organized planning is the crystallization of desire into action. Without organization, desire burns out. With organization, desire becomes a furnace that powers your life. So, how do you organize your life for the next 90 days? By building a 3-pillar system: mind, body, and work. Pillar 1, the mind. Your mind is the master key. If you feed it negativity, fear, and doubt, your actions will reflect that. If you feed it faith, clarity, and ambition, you will act with power. For the next 90 days, feed your mind deliberately. Morning ritual. Begin every day with reading or listening to at least 15 minutes of success philosophy. Read Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich or other material that inspires action. This trains your subconscious to expect success. Visualization. Close your eyes and see your definite chief aim already accomplished. Feel the joy of achievement. Imagine the applause, the freedom, the lifestyle. This is not daydreaming. It is mental programming. Affirmations. Speak your goal aloud with emotion. Say, "I am building wealth daily. I am disciplined. I am unstoppable." Repeat it until your mind accepts it as fact. Journaling. Each evening, write what you accomplished, what you can improve, and what you're grateful for. Gratitude sharpens faith. Reflection sharpens discipline. Remember, the mind is like a garden. If you do not plant deliberate seeds, weeds will grow by default. For 90 days, you must be the deliberate gardener of your thoughts. Pillar 2, the body. You cannot achieve greatness with a weak vessel. Energy is the foundation of productivity. He'll emphasize vitality because without health, wealth is meaningless. For the next 90 days, make your body an ally, not an enemy. Exercise daily, at least 30 minutes of movement, jogging, push-ups, gym, or walking. This builds endurance for long hours of productive work. Nutrition. Eliminate junk that slows your energy. Choose foods that fuel you: vegetables, lean protein, water. Treat your body as a temple, not a trash can. Rest. Success is not built by exhaustion, but by recovery. Sleep at least 6 to 8 hours. Your brain resets, your body rebuilds, and your creativity returns in rest. When your body is energized, your confidence rises, your mood elevates, and your productivity doubles. 90 days of discipline in your health will change your appearance, your stamina, and even the way others perceive you. Pillar 3, work and wealth. Ultimately, your 90-day aim will require action in the real world, especially in the area of work and wealth. Hill was clear. No man can succeed without rendering service of value. This means every day must contain tasks that directly produce results, not just busy work. Daily income-producing activities. Identify the 2 to 3 actions that bring direct results. For an entrepreneur, it could be sales calls, marketing, or product creation. For a professional, it could be networking, skill improvement, or high-value projects. Do them first each day. Time blocking. Dedicate hours to focused work without distraction. No phone, no idle browsing, no interruptions. 90 days of focused hours will outperform years of scattered effort. Tracking progress. Keep a daily scorecard. Record what you did, measure your progress, and hold yourself accountable. When you measure, you improve. When you track, you commit. Eliminate time wasters. Cut out gossip, idle scrolling, meaningless conversations, and negative associations. Every wasted hour is an enemy of your 90-day transformation. Your wealth will not appear by accident. It will appear by compounding disciplined actions, performed daily with unwavering persistence. The role of accountability. Hill wrote of the mastermind principle, the alliance of two or more minds working toward a definite purpose. For the next 90 days, find accountability. Tell a trusted friend, mentor, or partner about your 90-day aim. Meet weekly, share progress, and demand honesty. Alone, you can drift. Together, you sharpen each other. If no one is available, become your own mastermind. Review your progress each week. Write your wins and failures, and hold yourself to the fire of truth. Accountability transforms intention into obligation. The sacrifice of distractions. Discipline is not only about what you do, it is also about what you refuse to do. For 90 days, you must sacrifice endless entertainment, negative environments, toxic people who mock your ambition, short-term pleasures that steal long-term rewards. Hill often reminded us that success demands payment in advance. The world gives nothing freely. If you want freedom later, you must pay with discipline now. Why this system works. Most people fail because they rely on motivation. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline is eternal. For 90 days, the system ensures that even when motivation fades, structure carries you forward. Think of a train. Once on the tracks, it does not need constant pushes. It runs smoothly towards destination. Your system is the track. Once you are on it, momentum will carry you beyond 90 days into a life of continuous growth. For the next 90 days, this is your law. Feed your mind daily with success. Strengthen your body daily with movement and nutrition. Advance your work daily with focused, productive action. Discipline may feel heavy at first, but soon it becomes light. Soon it becomes habit. Soon it becomes who you are. And when that happens, nothing can stop you. Napoleon Hill devoted an entire chapter of Think and Grow Rich to autosuggestion, calling it a medium for influencing the subconscious mind. Why? Because your subconscious controls 95% of your daily actions, habits, and responses. If your subconscious is programmed with doubt, fear, and mediocrity, then no matter how inspired you feel, your actions will always pull you back into failure. But if your subconscious is reprogrammed with faith, power, and success, then achievement becomes automatic. For the next 90 days, you must master this tool. Autosuggestion is not wishful thinking. It is a disciplined practice of feeding your mind specific instructions until they become part of your identity. The principle of autosuggestion. Autosuggestion means suggesting ideas to yourself repeatedly until your subconscious accepts them as reality. Your mind cannot tell the difference between a vividly imagined thought and a real event. If you repeatedly see yourself as poor, weak, or unlucky, your subconscious will create conditions to confirm it. But if you repeatedly affirm wealth, strength, and destiny, your subconscious will create conditions to deliver it. Hill wrote, "Every man is what he is because of the dominating thoughts which he permits to occupy his mind." That is the law of autosuggestion. Your dominant thoughts create your dominant results. Morning programming. Begin with intensity. Each morning, your subconscious is most receptive. This is the time to plant seeds of faith and power. Stand before the mirror, shoulders back, and declare your 90-day goal out loud with conviction. Say it as if it has already been achieved. For example, I have earned $10,000 in the last 90 days. I am disciplined, focused, and unstoppable. My success is inevitable. Do not whisper. Speak with power. Your voice vibrates through your nervous system, signaling your subconscious that this is truth. Follow it with visualization. Close your eyes and imagine holding the reward of your labor. See the money in your account, the healthier body in the mirror, the applause at your success. The clearer your mental movie, the faster your subconscious accepts it. Afternoon reinforcement. Guard your mind. The middle of the day is when doubt, fear, and distraction try to sneak in. This is when autosuggestion becomes your shield. At least once during the day, take 5 minutes to repeat your affirmations silently or aloud. Protect your goal from the poison of negativity. If a voice says, "You cannot do it," immediately respond, "I am doing it. Nothing can stop me." Your subconscious listens not to others but to you. Defend it fiercely. Evening reflection. Seal it with gratitude. Before sleep, your subconscious replays the last emotions you fed it. If you fall asleep thinking about failure, you program fear. If you fall asleep affirming your success, you program victory. At night, repeat your goal once more. Journal your wins for the day, no matter how small. Write down, "Today I acted with discipline. I am proud of myself. Tomorrow I will rise stronger." Gratitude cements faith, and faith silences fear. Faith, the fuel of autosuggestion. Autosuggestion works only when combined with faith. Faith is not mere hope. Faith is a conviction that what you seek is already yours. Hill declared, "Faith is the eternal elixir which gives life, power, and action to the impulse of thought." How do you build faith in 90 days? Through repetition and evidence. Each time you declare your goal and take action, your mind collects proof. Every win, no matter how small, strengthens belief. At first, you may feel like you are lying to yourself. That is normal, but persist, and soon belief replaces doubt. Overcoming fear and doubt. Fear is a great enemy of autosuggestion. Hill listed 6 basic fears: poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. These fears paralyze action. They whisper, "What if you fail? What if you are mocked? What if you lose everything?" For the next 90 days, confront fear with faith. Every time fear speaks, answer it with an affirmation. If fear says you will fail, declare, "I cannot fail because I refuse to quit." If fear says people will laugh, declare, "People will applaud when they see me succeed." Remember, fear is only a thought, and thoughts can be replaced. Case studies of transformation. History proves this principle. Henry Ford visualized a Model T and repeated his belief until his subconscious guided him to the answer. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times, but his subconscious held the image of the light bulb until reality caught up. Napoleon Hill himself, a poor young man, visualized interviewing the world's wealthiest men, and his faith carried him into their offices. What did they all have in common? Faith reinforced by autosuggestion. 90 days of this practice can turn you from an uncertain dreamer into a confident achiever. The discipline of repetition. You cannot skip days. Autosuggestion works only by repetition. Just as a seed requires daily watering, your subconscious requires daily affirmations. Miss a day, and the weeds of doubt return. Stay consistent, and faith becomes automatic. Think of athletes. They train daily not because they feel motivated, but because repetition builds mastery. The same is true for your mind. For 90 days, you are training your subconscious. Train it like a champion. Why autosuggestion and faith will transform you. The next 90 days will not be easy. Obstacles will arise, failures will test you, and critics will mock you. But if your subconscious is programmed with faith, you will persist. You will see setbacks not as signals to quit, but as proof that you are on the right path. Hill promised, "Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve." Autosuggestion creates the belief. Faith fuels the achievement. Together, they form the foundation of your 90-day transformation. So do this for the next 90 days. Morning, speak your aim with power. Afternoon, reinforce it against doubt. Night, seal it with gratitude and visualization. Do this without fail, and you will rewire your identity. You will not simply act like a successful person. You will become one. Napoleon Hill warned that the road to riches and achievement is not blocked by lack of opportunity, but by invisible enemies within the human mind. He called them the 6 basic fears: poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death. These fears are silent assassins of dreams. For the next 90 days, you must make it your mission to confront these enemies, for they will rise to test you the moment you decide to pursue your definite chief aim. The fear of poverty. The fear of poverty is the strongest of all because it attacks survival itself. It whispers, if you take risks, you might lose everything. If you fail, you won't be able to provide. Stay safe. Stay small. This fear paralyzes initiative, making men slaves to mediocrity. For the next 90 days, you must replace poverty consciousness with prosperity consciousness. Every day affirm, money flows to me in abundance because I provide value to the world. I am not a beggar. I am a creator. Remind yourself that wealth is created, not inherited by luck. Poverty is temporary for those who think rich and permanent for those who think poor. The fear of criticism. Criticism is poison to weak minds. It says, what will people think if you fail? What if they laugh at you? Many never even attempt greatness because they fear the judgment of others. But remember Hill's teaching. If you are influenced by the opinions of others, you will have no desire of your own. In the next 90 days, criticism will come. Friends may doubt you. Family may misunderstand you. Strangers may mock you. Smile at it. Let it fuel you. Write this truth in your journal. The world does not remember critics. It remembers creators. The fear of ill health. This fear convinces people they are too weak, too tired, too sick to achieve. It creates imaginary illnesses and steals energy through worry. But worry never cured a single disease. Health is not only physical, it is mental. 90 days of positive thought, consistent exercise, and proper diet can rejuvenate your body. When the thought of weakness arises, declare, I am strong. My body is healing. My energy multiplies daily. Train your mind to believe in vitality, and your body will respond. The fear of loss of love. This fear attacks the heart. It makes people cling to toxic relationships, afraid to lose approval, affection, or validation. It keeps them from chasing greatness because they fear outgrowing the people around them. For the next 90 days, you must learn to detach your self-worth from others' opinions. True love will never restrain your growth. It will support it. If chasing your definite chief aim causes some to leave, then their role in your life has ended. Love yourself enough to keep growing. The fear of old age. Many fear that time is slipping away, that they are too old to start again, too late to succeed. But Hill interviewed hundreds of men who achieved their greatest successes after 40, 50, even 60 years of age. 90 days of progress can make you feel years younger. Say to yourself daily, I am not too old, and it is not too late. My best years are ahead of me. Whether you are 20 or 70, the next 90 days can become your new beginning. The fear of death. This is a final fear, the shadow that makes people timid, hesitant, and unfulfilled. Yet death is inevitable. The tragedy is not death itself, but dying without living fully. The next 90 days should not be about avoiding death, but about embracing life. Ask yourself, if I had only 90 days left, how would I live? Then live with that urgency. Fear of death disappears when you live with purpose. Failure as a teacher. Beyond fear, you will also face failure. It is certain, but failure is not your enemy. It is your instructor. Hill declared, every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. When you stumble during the 90 days, do not quit. Analyze a failure, extract a lesson, and continue. Winners see failure as feedback. Losers see it as final. Persistence, the cure for all enemies. The true antidote to fear and failure is persistence. Persistence is a refusal to quit when the path grows dark. It is the voice that says, I will not stop until my 90-day aim is achieved. Most people quit after 3 weeks. They lose interest when results don't appear immediately. Champions push through those final 9 weeks. That is where transformation happens. For the next 90 days, persistence must be your closest ally. Even if progress is slow, even if doubt creeps in, continue. Do not negotiate with fear. Do not surrender to criticism. Do not excuse your failures. Persist, and the enemies of success will flee. Silencing the negative voices. Perhaps the greatest enemy of all is the internal voice the critic within. It says, "You are not good enough. You will never change." For 90 days, you must silence it with truth. Each time it speaks, drown it out with affirmation, faith, and action. Remember this: the voice of doubt is loudest right before the breakthrough. When it screams, press harder. It means you are close. The enemies of success will appear in these 90 days. They are not a sign you are failing. They are proof that you are advancing. Fear will test your courage. Criticism will test your resolve. Failure will test your persistence. But if you endure, you will emerge unshakable. Napoleon Hill taught, one of the most common causes of failure is a habit of quitting when one is overtaken by temporary defeat. Temporary defeat is not the end. It is the beginning of greatness. For the next 90 days, face your enemies boldly, persist through the storms, and you will find yourself transformed into someone fear can no longer touch. Every great journey promises a reward at its end, but the prize of the next 90 days will be far greater than material gain. It will be the transformation of who you are, because in truth, the reward is not just the achievement of a single goal. It is the person you become in pursuit of it. Think carefully. 90 days of focused persistence and discipline will do more than check boxes on a list. They will sculpt your character. They will condition your habits. They will engrave a new identity onto your subconscious mind. You will not simply have more. You will become more. The new habits you carry forward. Habits are invisible architects of destiny. For 90 days, you'll have practiced clarity, discipline, faith, and persistence. These are not temporary behaviors. They are the foundations of greatness. Once installed, they continue to guide your actions automatically. Your morning affirmations will become natural. Your refusal to waste time will feel effortless. Your resilience in the face of criticism will feel instinctive. This is the compounding effect of discipline. It does not end at 90 days. It carries into the next 90 and the next, building a momentum that can last a lifetime. A new self-image. Perhaps the greatest reward of all is the shift in self-image. Most people fail not because they lack talent, but because they see themselves as failures. Your 90-day system of auto-suggestion, action, and persistence will reprogram how you view yourself. Instead of saying, "I wish I could," you'll say, "I can, I will, I already am." Instead of doubting your abilities, you will walk with the quiet confidence of someone who has proven to themselves that they can change. This identity shift is permanent. Once you have seen yourself succeed, you cannot go back to mediocrity. Momentum into the future. The 90-day challenge is not an ending. It is a launch pad. By day 91, you will already be thinking, what can I achieve in the next 90? Success is addictive. The small victories ignite hunger for greater ones. Just as a rocket expends massive energy breaking through gravity but then glides with momentum, your 90 days are a heavy lift. Once you push through, success carries you forward with less resistance. Respect confidence and influence. Others will notice the change. They will see the discipline in your eyes, the confidence in your posture, the clarity in your speech. People respect those who discipline themselves. Opportunities flow to those who radiate certainty. In 90 days, you will not only feel different, you will command a new level of respect from the world. The secret revealed. The ultimate secret is this: the reward of 90 days is not a destination, but a rhythm. When you realize you can transform in 90 days, you unlock the formula for transforming at will. Success is no longer luck. It is a system you can repeat anytime. Napoleon Hill declared, "Success comes to those who become success conscious." By completing these 90 days, you will have crossed that line. You will think success, feel success, act success, and therefore attract success. So what is the reward? Habits that build wealth, health, and power. An identity rooted in confidence and faith. Momentum that compounds beyond 90 days. Respect, influence, and new opportunities. The unshakable belief that you control your destiny. That is the prize, and it is waiting for you, not in some distant future, but just 90 days from now. The clock is ticking. 90 days will pass whether you act or not. The question is not whether the days will come. It is whether you will seize them. In 3 short months, you'll either look back with pride, knowing you transformed, or with regret, knowing you drifted. The choice is entirely yours. Napoleon Hill taught that every adversity, every failure, every heartache carries with it the seed of an equal or greater benefit. But that seed must be planted through action. For the next 90 days, you've been given a blueprint. Clarify your definite chief aim. Build your discipline system. Master auto-suggestion and faith. Overcome fear and persist until the reward is yours. Imagine this. It is day 91. You wake up and you do not recognize yourself. You feel stronger, clearer, more confident. You have money in your account that wasn't there before. You have habits that make you unstoppable. You have faith that moves mountains. That is not a fantasy. It is the inevitable result of 90 days of relentless discipline. But here's the truth. Most people will not do it. They will listen, nod their heads, and return to distraction. They will tell themselves they have more time, that they will start later, that tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow turns into weeks, weeks into months, and soon another year is lost. Don't let that be you. If you do nothing, nothing will change. But if you commit today, everything can change. The decision is not complicated. It is only uncomfortable. Discipline always feels heavy at first, but it is lighter than the burden of regret. The pain of 90 days of sacrifice is temporary. The pain of wasted potential lasts forever. So here's your challenge. Decide right now. Take out a sheet of paper. Write your definite chief aim. Write why it matters. Write the daily actions you will take. Then commit. Put it where you can see it every day. Speak it every morning. Act on it every afternoon. Reflect on it every night. Guard it with your life. And don't walk this path in silence. Declare your commitment. Subscribe to this channel. Like this video and comment, "I'm ready for 90 days" below. Not for me, for yourself. Every public declaration strengthens your internal resolve. Every action you take proves you are serious. 90 days. That is all it takes. 90 days to build new habits. 90 days to reprogram your subconscious. 90 days to silence fear, build faith, and walk into a new future. 90 days that could determine the next 9 years of your life. Napoleon Hill's timeless promise still holds true. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. The next 90 days are your chance to prove it. So will you drift or will you design? The answer is in your hands. Start today. Act daily. Persist without quitting. And in 90 days, the world will not recognize the person you have become. The next 90 days are not a suggestion. They are your summons to greatness. Time will pass regardless, but what you do with it will decide your destiny. Napoleon Hill declared, "You are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul." So take command now. Write your aim. Live with discipline. Persist until victory is inevitable. And as you rise, declare your commitment here. Subscribe, like, and comment. I claim my 90 days to lock in your decision. The world awaits your transformation. The question is, will you begin today?